How's it going, buddy? Rob here. I'm back with another video doing a movie review. And recently I finally got the opportunity to watch the most recent Godzilla movie, or Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. It's directed by Adam Wingard, Terry Rosia, Adam Wingard, and Simon Barrett, starring Rebecca Hall, Brian Tree Henry, and Dan Stevens. So, where do I begin with this? I guess first off, do I like this movie? I'm gonna say when the monsters are on the screen and they're doing their thing, it's a blast. Um, I know it's par for the course for a lot of these Godzilla movies, or at least monster movies, where you have to have the human interactions, but sometimes they are a little bit much. I guess to kind of set up the whole thing. The story itself follows after what happened in Godzilla vs Kong, where you have Godzilla doing his own thing on the surface, Kong doing his own thing on the Hollow Earth, and periodically these signals are being sent out from Hollow Earth, and the characters that we follow become more and more curious about this, and inevitably have to check out what's going on, only to find out that, one, there in Hollow Earth there is a human civilization, as well as a bigger threat in terms of other Kong-like titans, which we see towards the tail end of the movie. I will say too, in terms of like monster fights, because we see a couple with Skylo and Tiamat. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. In terms of monster fights, pretty cool, but in terms of some of them, they go by really quick. Like, for instance, with Godzilla because on Hollow Earth, or not Hollow Earth, but Earth, the surface, he is basically just killing one after another these different types of titans to beef himself up for, or at least to prepare for an inevitable threat, which eventually we do get the new look, which I kind of like, this new version of freaking Godzilla, and with him and Kong working together was a pretty cool, scenario. We get introduced to the Scar King, which is another Kong-esque, or ape-esque titan, which was, I will say it has a pretty cool design. We get a little backstory with that creature, as well as another creature called Shimu, which is another Godzilla-like entity or titan, but instead of like atomic breath, it has like ice breath apparently. So during the final battle, you have Godzilla, Shimu, and the Scar King and Kong, clashing together. We do end up getting Mothra as well, which was a really nice touch. I don't want to go into too much on how that happens, and but it is a pretty cool way they reintroduce Mothra. In terms of the characters, the human characters, I want to say they're hit and miss. I will say that there were a couple characters that I, on and off, did not care for. I thought it was kind of curious that they brought back the podcast guy from the last movie, And then they introduce a new character named Trapper, who is a Titan veterinarian. That's the best way I can describe him. But he is I want to say almost, he's very eccentric. When he first rolls in, Godzilla has a infected tooth, so he goes on he shows up in this flying vehicle to basically pull out the tooth and then put a new one in. So that was a very curious way to introduce a character. In terms of like the stuff with Kong and Godzilla, again, Godzilla on the surface doing his own thing was pretty cool. A little bit of Kong when he's in Hollow, I will say, was probably my favorite stuff, because we have scenes where Kong is facing off against other Titans, and this Titan Kong, this version of Kong, is so they set it up where he's very smart, like very, very, very smart. Like there's a point where he's facing off against a pack of freaking of Titans, and he's going through this canyon. He's luring them into this canyon, only for them to set off various traps that he had set up, which I thought was pretty cool, including a tripwire and boulders crashing down on the Titans type of trap. Which, by the way, that does come back later in the movie when he faces off against more of the ape-like Titans, but they have almost the same level of intelligence, and they catch on kind of quickly that, hey, there's traps here, we shouldn't set them off. So, all in all, that was pretty interesting. Towards the end, again, it's a hit and miss with me. I love the monster fights. If you love the monster stuff, go watch it. The stuff with the human characters, it's on and off, it's okay. The rest of it, it's not. And in terms of like certain things with the characters, I started to kind of like roll my eyes a little bit. But anyway, not much else I really need to say about this movie other than, again, it's a Godzilla movie. You're there to watch it for the monsters. That's all you're there for. Or at least Godzilla X Kong. That's really what you're watching the movie for. So, anyway, I think with that, like I said, I don't think I have anything else I need to add. So I think rating. Oh my gosh. I hate to sound like I'm completely shitting on the movie. I really don't. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to try to just kind of give a quick review of everything. So, you know what? Again, I'm split. So, I want to do, at this point, I kind of want to just give it above average. So, I want to give it at the very least, a 6 out of 10. Again, if it had less of the monster stuff, it'd probably be dipping towards a 4 and a 5. But because of how much I liked some of the monster stuff, as well as the fact that, or I'm gonna say it would be a 4 if it was less monster stuff, more of the human characters, especially with characters like like Trapper and various other ones. I probably would have just rated it a 4 out of 5 or 4 to 5 out of 10. But again, because the monster stuff in this is really good, I really enjoyed it. That's why I'm watching the movie. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It's not perfect. It has its flaws, but it has its good moments too. So, yeah, 6 out of 10. It's an okay movie. Alrighty. I don't have anything else I need to add other than, that. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below. As don't know why I do that. Down below. I need to do that. That's for later. This is for that. But anyways, if you guys want to follow us on all of our socials, it's all in the description down below. Did it correctly that time. Also, please check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you guys next video.